Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to do a video that's a little bit different. First, I want to turn on the fan because I'm dying of heat exhaustion. So hold on while I do that. Alright, okay, now that the fan's on and that I can breathe and not pass out, yeah, so I actually wanted to do a video on something that I didn't expect to get as many questions about, but I wanted to do a video about armpits. Not really, no. I wanted to do a video about deodorant. I mentioned before a couple of times, I think, that I don't use traditional deodorant. I only use all natural deodorant, and to be honest, I can't even say I use all natural deodorant because I rarely actually use the natural deodorant, which is what it's called. So yeah, I wanted to go over the deodorants that I use, my thoughts on them, and what is a surefire way to deodorize your armpits in a healthy way that does not add aluminum and chemicals and all of that. So yeah, let's just get right into the video about these armpits. Yeah, this is something that, you know, you guys have been asking me a lot of questions about, so I figured I'd just upload on it. And, you know, I'm not telling you, obviously, that you have to switch from using traditional deodorant to natural deodorants, but I'm just telling you guys why I did and, you know, what works for me. Okay, so first things first, it's story time. One time, my Uber driver kidnapped me. No, let me stop. You know how those story times be, you like, girl, are you even... But anyways, no, seriously. So when I was about like I think maybe 15 or 16, of course I'm using regular old deodorants, you know, the usuals, all the stuff that smells good that's in the store, all my just apple mangoes and coconut dreams and whatever these amazing scents are, right? So just using whatever. And I started to notice that it was never like a rhyme or reason to it. I would just kind of notice that every so often I was getting lumps up under my arms, and of course that freaked me out. I am somewhat of a hypochondriac, and I just don't want lumps anywhere on my body because I automatically assume the worst and I panic. So that being said, I'm like, why are there lumps up under my arms? So like I was freaking out, and I was talking about it one day at work, and one of my coworkers, whom I love, she was like, oh, that actually happens to me. It's probably your deodorant. And I'm like, my deodorant? She was like, yeah, sometimes your deodorant can cause like lumps up under your arms. And I'm like, you're saying this like as if you just told me like the weather outside, like it's, you know, partly cloudy with a chance of rain. Like I'm like, wait, so you're telling me you know that deodorant causes this, like, but why are we still using it? And she was like, you know, that's just one of the side effects of deodorant. And when I was younger, I cared about my health, but of course, you know, as you get older, you learn more. So of course I continue to still use those deodorants, and just sometimes I would get I don't even know what to call it, but basically lumps up under my arms, and it was extremely sore and extremely painful. For a while, like I kind of just accepted it for a couple more years, and then it got to the point where I'm like, this is ridiculous. And as I mentioned before, I have an autoimmune disease, which actually my disease is, I think I've mentioned this before, but I have something called Graves' disease, and you know, you guys can look up that. I don't feel like boring you with that whole story about you know, my illness, but basically it's a disease that has to do with your thyroid, and I had a thyroidectomy, which means my thyroid was completely removed, which is why I have, it's really tiny, but it's why I have this scar right here. And I no longer have a thyroid, right? So I have to take this medicine every day to make sure that my thyroid, it replaces the hormones that my thyroid would make, yada yada yada. And so basically I have a disease that has to do with my endocrine system, right? One of the ingredients that are, I'm not gonna say they're in all traditional deodorants, but in majority of them, I'll say, are phthalates. And what they are is it basically kind of makes the deodorant like go on smooth and glide on easier and apply better and all this stuff and all this great goodness and everything's smooth and we're all happy. But one of the known causes is an endocrine disruptor. So I just told you that I have a disease that has to do with my endocrine system, and this ingredient is a known endocrine disruptor. It's not gonna work for me. So anyways, after just doing my research, I'm like, I can't continue to use these products, and it just wasn't working for me. Like I was continuing to get, you know, these lumps up under my arm, you know, reading up on all this research and, you know, certain things. chill, bruh. So I think she's probably like, wrap it up, like get to the deodorants, girl, get to the deodorants. So that's my computer. She's a she. She's not a boy, she's a girl. She's a she. Well, she's a guy, so no, she's a girl. So anyways, all that story that was probably unnecessary that I just told you, that's what led me to start using deodorant. So I just want to give you guys a rundown on the deodorants that I've used, why I no longer use them, and what I use instead of deodorant to make sure that I don't smell like a hoagie from Wawa. Alright, the first deodorant that I used, the first natural deodorant, was Tom's, and you can pretty much find Tom's like in Whole Foods and like basically health food stores. And Tom's, it's okay, but like I feel like after a couple hours it stops working, and it's the consistency, it kind of bothers me because it's very slick. It's like this glycerin sticky feeling. So Tom's is okay. Like if you're starting out, I would definitely say try it, but it wasn't my favorite. I don't use it anymore, and I felt like it wasn't lasting long enough for me. I'm a sweaty beast, and although it wasn't, you know, claiming to be an antiperspirant, I felt like it was making me sweat more. So that, she was canceled. We're over it. The next thing that I tried, and I actually still have it here, is the EO organic deodorant, and I actually still use this every now and again. I haven't had like any adverse effects from it or anything like that. Like I said, the Tom's kind of I felt like it made me sweat a little bit more. It wasn't actually making me sweat more, but it felt like just, I felt additional wetness up under my arms. The EO deodorant, it has alcohol in it, so it dries pretty quickly, and it works pretty well, like I'd say, but it's kind of not consistent. And if you guys switch to all natural products, you'll notice that sometimes you have to switch it up. So it might work for you for like a month or 2 months, and after a while you might step out the house and be like and you just gotta abort mission, can't cancel all the plans. You might, you know, go to hug someone and you don't want to lift your arms because you might smell like a bag of Funyuns. I don't know. So that's the kind of hard part about using different natural deodorants, right? So anyways, I was like, well, let me try something else. And I was watching I think Sunkissed Alvin. She was like, oh, okay, I use this stuff called Primal Pit Paste, and I'm like, I'm gonna go try me some Primal Pit Paste. So I scurried on up to Whole Foods, got me some Primal Pit Paste, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is it. I'm not having like any issues with like it not working. It wasn't being inconsistent, but I'm like, something's going on. Like my armpits are itching. Come to find out, I'm allergic to this. Like, what are the odds? And like I read on their website, like some people might have an allergic reaction to it because of, I think what was it? I want to say the baking soda. Yeah, I think they said that baking soda can kind of be somewhat abrasive, so if you have sensitive skin, you might have an allergy to it. So that's me, so I can no longer use this. So yeah, Primal Pit Paste, I would say try it, but it didn't work for me. I was allergic to it, but I still think this is a great brand, and I think you should try it if you're trying to venture into using natural deodorants. And then after all that stuff wasn't working and I actually ended up breaking out for this, I was like, I need something that's gonna soothe my armpits. So I was like, I'm gonna start applying coconut oil to kind of soothe my armpits. Anyways, I just, you know, applied coconut oil, and I realized like after the second day, I was like, wait, I'm not noticing any smell. Like this is, like, is this a thing? Like, is this a look? Did I discover something? And I did some research, come to find out coconut oil can also be used as a deodorant. So that's the first thing that I use. Let me try lemons. Like I keep lemons in the house. I love making lemonade. I just love using lemons for everything around the house. So I was like, let me try some lemons. Like life was changed. And I could have just told y'all that in the intro of the video. Like this could have been a 45-second video. Like, what do you use? Lemons, coconut oil, you're welcome. And then like that been it. But you know, I am not, I have the gift of gab sometimes, so I have to give y'all a backstory, a detour. We took a left somewhere when I told y'all we was gonna take a right. We came back around. I took that left again on purpose. I knew it was the wrong direction, but I didn't feel like getting out the car. Took that left, we ventured around, and now we arrived at our destination. You're welcome. Coconut oil, lemon. You can use the two together. I like to call it my lemonade deodorant. It's sweet, I was about to say salty. No, it's not. It's sweet, it's sour, it's lemonade party. Because when I get out the shower at night, because I like to take my showers at night, to apply coconut oil up under my armpits as well as pretty much like everywhere else. And then when I get up in the morning, I will run downstairs, slice a tiny little sliver off of a lemon, place that bad boy back in the refrigerator, and I will put that up under my armpits, and I am good. Like, when I say lemon juice is the best thing that I have ever tried for up under my arms, like, for me it works better than even traditional deodorant does. And the fact that I'm like, this is something so simple, so inexpensive, is way less expensive than deodorant. It's just the fact that it's like, why do you have to like search deep into the dark depths of the internet to like find this stuff? Like, it's mind-boggling. Like, this stuff we don't know that's available to us and that's right at our fingertips that we could use, that isn't, you know, going to harm us. Like, why aren't we using this instead of deodorant? Like, we have a natural deodorant. Like, this works, and for me it works better than any other deodorant that I've used. And I've done some research, and I heard people who don't, I shave up under my arms, but I heard people who don't shave up under their arms, like, even for men, works like a charm. They don't have any issues with body odor. I heard lime juice does exactly the same thing. I've tried it with like lemon juice in the bottle and it works, but I still prefer natural lemon juice, like straight from the lemon, you know. I prefer like that better than like the lemon juice that just seems like too much, because some people are like, oh, can you put it in a spray bottle? Yes, but you have to keep the spray bottle in the fridge, and then you have to, I don't know, it's just weird. Like, this bottle that I like put up under my arms will be in the fridge, it will bother me. I don't know. So anyways, moral of the story is this is what I use to apply up under my arms. And I know a lot of people had questions about it, so I just wanted to get on here and tell you guys. I also wanted to make note, do not shave and then put lemon juice up under your arms, just for obvious reasons, right? So if I am gonna shave, I usually like shave on the weekends, and then I'll just like apply coconut oil like that day to kind of let my armpits relax and chill out, and then I'll go back to my lemon juice regimen after that. So if you have any other questions, as usual, leave them down below, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so already, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys. Mwah.